To be a dragon, you gotta be strong, humble, never bragging. Always fight for right, battling wrong with the power of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon. Fight for right, the might of the dragon. Live the mark of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon.
Never intentionally harm another. Do not battle if you can avoid it. Jimmy and Billy Lee are Dragon Masters now.
Dragon Master was born with the mark of the Double Dragon. The dragon, fight for right, the might of the dragon. With the mark of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon.
Welcome. Happy Sunday, I guess it is. I'm always confused. And welcome to another installment of the Double Dragon Series Retrospective. Let's get some jams going. How about that? Let's turn it down a little bit. Atomic Runner with the 4 months subscription, and Nico Jazz for 2 months. Thank you very, very much for your kind support. I see what you guys are up to. You're trying to smash my next sub goal before the stream's even started. I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're getting pretty close. Vim, I can't even talk. Vim, Sword Fam, Lemazar Trap, other people in chat are probably missing. Running Wild, welcome everyone. Lurkers, VOD viewers, everyone else. Welcome to another installment of the Double Dragon Series Retrospective, Episode 6, in which Jigga reveals the Code of the Dragon. Nah, man, I don't know about that. The Code of the Dragon, I mean, it's you have to live it, you have to embody it. One does not just casually talk about the Code of the Dragon. Except when you do. That's the Code of the Dragon. So, what are we up to today? Lord Macaw, what's up? We are going to be looking at a bit of a hodgepodge of different games, some of which we'll be playing, some of which we unfortunately will not be able to play, but we will be able to vicariously enjoy them through video footage. I mean, I guess it doesn't, that makes more of a difference for me than for you guys, I guess, but we'll be looking at a couple of mobile games and other games that just are not really available for purchase or play, really, even these days. But they are, in my opinion, a important and exciting and interesting part of the Double Dragon legacy, and very much worth a closer look. The Code of the Dragon is like finding out about the aliens in Scientology. You have to pay like $100,000 before it's revealed to you. Something like that, I guess. So what are we up to today? Last time we played the Neo Geo fighting game by Technos, which was, in fact, the final Double Dragon game developed by Technos Japan in their original incarnation. After the shuttering of Technos in 1996, there was quite a gap where there wasn't a lot of Technos stuff happening. My understanding of the history of this, let me turn down the music a little bit. It's probably a little bit intense. Well, let me know if you find my voice difficult to hear. My understanding of this is a bit scattershot, and I'm sure I may have gotten some details wrong. If anyone in chat happens to be an expert on Technos Japan lore, by all means, feel free to butt in and correct me. But as far as my understanding goes, anyway, is that after Technos went bankrupt in '96, some of the original members, I guess they founded a holding company to maintain the IP rights, and there have been I guess some different incarnations of that. I again don't know the details exactly, but there are there's, I guess, Million is the company name that tends to come up most often, and I don't know any specific people's names, but my understanding is basically that some of the original Technos crew founded Million, which was a company that eventually developed their own Kunio and Double Dragon games, but they were also kind of in charge of licensing the IP for other developers, primarily for some mobile games in this time period. There may have been some other like releases of some sort, but I don't think so really. Not like in the late 90s. It's not too dissimilar to the situation with what are they called? Gmode is what I'm thinking of. Gmode, which like consolidates a lot of IP rights to a bunch of companies, like most notably, I guess, in recent history, Data East. Gmode, who I think more sort of traditionally is like a mobile game publisher in Japan. They've they created this like Data East licensing project to like, and that kind of is what led to stuff like Heavy Burger and other like Data East licensing thing, whatever. But we're getting a little bit off track here. I don't understand the Million company because there's also a Japanese Million. There was a porno publisher, an 18+ PC game publisher. Yeah, probably not the same company. I want to say there was also, wasn't there something called like Million Kids or something? Like I want to say, because there was an Xbox Live Indie Games version of Super Dodgeball that was, I think, published / and or developed by a company that wasn't Million, but it was, I think it was called Million Kids, something, I don't know. Turns out, even this part of the Technos / Double Dragon legacy gets a tiny bit convoluted and not the super easiest thing to follow. My understanding, at any rate, is that while they did license out Miracle Kids, right? That's what I was thinking of, right? Miracle Kids, thanks. But they were also related somehow. It gets a little confusing. In any case, to my understanding, Million was initially, I guess, kind of they would license out the IP to some other developers and publishers for Double Dragon mobile games. And I think the Neketsu series was mostly in hiatus for a while. There was, of course, on that note, the kind of infamous situation where some dude in like America got the license somehow from someone, got the license to create River City Ransom 2. And while in like the middle of developing that, was it Atlas? I forget who published, like who announced the game that would eventually get released as River City Ransom EX for GBA. And I think that was like the first of that kind of line of Neketsu ports, re-releases, and new games. And I remember like whoever that dude was, like had the license and was like kind of taken aback by this announcement, and whatever his licensing agreement was, whatever his project was supposed to have been, it never materialized. There was, of course, River City Ransom Underground later on, but that's like a completely unrelated thing. To my understanding, anyway. Again, these things get a little convoluted. But yeah, so in the early to mid 2000s is when that kind of Technos development, Million developed games started picking up steam. There was, of course, Double Dragon Advance, which we'll get to later today. There was the aforementioned River City Ransom EX, which was followed up by more GBA and eventually DS and eventually 3DS remakes and ports and new versions of the Neketsu games. A lot of which were published by Arc System Works in the 2010s, which, of course, eventually led to Arc System Works purchasing the entire Technos brand and IP library. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We are going to be, well, moving forward or backwards in time, depending on what kind of timeline you're on here, to 2002. Yoda, what's up? Greetings. speaking of beverages, I should hydrate. And we are starting today with a little bit of a sidetrack, I guess you could call it, because it's not technically, strictly, or really by any real metric, a Double Dragon game, but it sort of kinda is, and it's a cool game, so I don't mind spending some time with it anyway. And that is Rage of the Dragons. Now, this game has an interesting development history in its own right, which I'm not even really going to try to recant in too much detail, because my recollection of this entire development history is very, very hazy, and I don't want to get too many details wrong. Again, there might very well be people in chat who are more knowledgeable on this point than me. But I suppose the long and short of it is that at some point there was, and again, I get all these company names mixed up. The companies that are kind of involved in Rage of the Dragons, it's Breza Soft, I guess, which was the Brazilian, Mexican company, South American company, and Evoga, who are the Japanese developers, I believe. Or was Evoga the Brazilian company, or whatever they were? And I know Noise Factory. Brezasoft is Korean, okay. Evoga from Mexico. Okay, cool. Thanks for clearing that up. And there was, I know Noise Factory were involved. I'm not sure if they were like the full-on developers or they were more in charge of the audio, because I know they were involved in some other Neo Geo projects around this time. So this was, of course, during SNK's like post SNK bankruptcy. SNK, in its original form, filed for bankruptcy in 2001, and they kind of quickly re-emerged as SNK. Well, they were Playmore first, and Playmore eventually changed their name to SNK Playmore, and then I guess they eventually changed. I think at some point the company was named SNK Neo Geo or something, and now they're just SNK again. I just remember the Brezasoft logo appears somewhere on some of the Rage of the Dragons artwork. But yeah, that's part of what makes the point of this interesting. Because Evoga, the Mexican company, of course, SNK and Neo Geo stuff was like highly popular in South America, and that company created, I think it was a soccer game in some sort of collaboration with SNK. And some of, like, that kind of led to some kind of working relationship with SNK and Noise Factory, who I think was some kind of subsidiary, or I don't know exactly. But yeah, what Trap's saying is kind of the gist of it. Evoga, the Mexican team, created kind of the concept for the game. They created the character designs, and whether it was Brezasoft or Noise Factory or who exactly, the Japanese development team like made the game basically. There was recently an interview that was published through some Facebook group or something that went the rounds with one of the key like Evoga guys, who recounted this in a little bit more detail about how they worked. Like, some of this, if I recall, it kind of came about a little bit by chance. With like, they shared like office space with SNK, and it was one of those like, we bumped into someone in an elevator and one thing led to another, and we were able to do this with these developers, or it was something along those lines. Toshikatsu Tanaka's wife ran Noise Factory, longtime SNK composer. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, like I said, I've always understood there to be some kind of a connection with SNK and Noise Factory, but not having a super clear image of exactly how. Like, with SNK as well, certainly at the time, there were a lot of unclear, like, lack of clarity, I don't know, around who was around where and how those different companies, because yeah, SNK went bankrupt, which, as I understand it, was part of it was kind of fallout from a business relationship between SNK and Aruze, I don't know. They're like, I think they were like a pachinko company or something, right? Basically, it was, again, this is my loose understanding of it, so take this with a grain of salt, but they went into some kind of business dealings that led to that other party kind of sucking SNK dry, and things didn't work out, I guess. And it wasn't so much that SNK completely died as much as they decided to kind of pull the plug to reform under not different management, really. That's the kind of thing. It's like, just like with the Million and Technos, Playmore was basically the SNK people sort of severing ties with this other party that had kind of screwed things up. Sort of, kind of. That's my rough understanding of it. And in the meantime, like KOF and Metal Slug in 2001, 2002 were generally, they were sort of outsourced to Korean companies like Eolith and Mega, who made Metal Slug. And then, I guess SNK versus Capcom, SVC Chaos was supposed to be like SNK's big return, which was not... it wasn't great. It wasn't great. But yeah, like I said, in the meantime, the company Playmore was founded, even though they didn't really create their own development for a period there anyway. But I keep getting sidetracked. I find this stuff super fascinating, but this is not an SNK Playmore retrospective stream. We're talking about Double Dragon. So why are we talking about all this? How does this even relate to Double Dragon? Well, only tangentially, really. And again, I don't have the strict details on everything here, but Rage of the Dragons, as we will see in the final game, there are some remnants here and there. The game was originally conceived as a Double Dragon game. And I'm not sure exactly what sequence of events led to that sort of concept work even being, made in the first place. How and why that kind of fell through, and how the game ended up the way it was. Because, I guess we've seen plenty of examples of Double Dragon games being made by whoever in whatever ways. But I think there was something about that in those interviews that I just don't remember right now. But I guess, like many things in the game industry, somebody knows somebody else. You bump into someone in a chance encounter, you get someone's phone number, you have a conversation with someone, and that leads to something materializing or not. And I suppose at some point there was some kind of understanding, or hope anyway, that Evoga would be able to get the rights to Double Dragon to create a Double Dragon fighting game. It would have been awesome to see, because as cool as this game is, and a lot of the original characters in this game are great, it would be cool to have... I'm glad the game exists. I'm glad it came out anyway, but it would have been cool to see what this would have been with the Double Dragon license. But I really have no clear idea of at what point in development this licensing kind of fell through. There's obviously certain characters that we can see as like, well, this is obviously meant to be this character from Double Dragon. But a significant... a majority of the game in terms of content and everything, like, is not, it seems to be its own thing. Then again, even a lot of games that are ostensibly Double Dragon are like 90% their own thing anyway, so I guess it wouldn't have stood out too much in that sense. But like I said, it's a cool game in its own right, and it's interesting to look at, we can imagine that this is a Double Dragon game, and in that sense, just seeing a pretty different take on certain characters and stuff like that. It's funny too, on a final side tangent, that there was for a long time, I feel like, I don't know what the relationship or what between Technos and SNK, what that was like. Clearly, Technos did put out a bunch of games on Neo Geo, so I assume that's kind of where that originated. But I remember for the longest time there were persistent rumors that Billy Lee were going to show up in a King of Fighters game. And I want to say that was like for KOF 13, where that was like, that rumor stuck around for a long time, but there might have been like in earlier games too. I don't know, it's weird. It would have been interesting, but I don't know where that really came from. Wishful thinking, maybe, like a lot of internet rumors. This shirt, I got this from the Yeti, where I get like 90% of my clothes, it seems like. It's one of those daily tees. I think the Billy Lee rumor dated back to KOF 12. Yeah, it's very possible. Because I remember there being confusion about people talking about Billy. And obviously, if someone's talking about Billy in KOF, the reasonable assumption is that they're talking about Billy Kane. But no, there was like clarification, like, no, Billy from Double Dragon. I don't know. It was weird. But, I mean, if people are going to bring in guest characters left and right, SNK in their own, they're licensing their characters out left and right. I wouldn't mind seeing Double Dragon characters becoming like perpetual guest characters, showing up in like every fighting game. Like, here's a Bobo, here's Linda, here's Billy and Jimmy. Why not? That would be fun, right? There's a fake magazine scan with Billy Kane. Get a free special look. I mean, that's kind of... Wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, no. Special is like when he's got the Union Jack. Sure, I was going to say that's how he ended up in 13, but... Yeah, one of the few things I really dislike about the visuals in KOF 12 and 13, or like not the visuals, but like the character design, is that every character was like brought back to their initial, like, original design. Like, everyone has their original Fatal Fury design, Art of Fighting, whatever. I would have liked some more modern designs. I mean, still like the best looking fighting game of all time, but still. 08, 09 was some wild times with fake Brazilian magazine scans. You guys remember, was it Madman's Cafe that ran the Marvel 3 fake screenshots with the Dante and Zero in like 2004 or whenever that was? Good times. All right, let me just hook up my arcade stick here. And we will eventually, at some point, get ready to play some games here. Is that an EGM? Okay, I guess I saw it on the internet. I thought for sure it originated on a website like that, but long time ago. I guess I wouldn't know. Man, that was kind of a lost art though. Fake fighting game screenshots. That's fun. I remember seeing there was when Ultra Street Fighter 4 was before it was announced, but like around that time. There was that rumor. There was like a leak for. It was called. I think the leak called it Hyper Street Fighter 4, and it was supposed to have like Alex and Urien, and there was like a fake screenshot using like a garage kit or something of Urien doing his chariot tackle. I remember that. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, that shit brings me back. Anyway, let's play some games. So I have prepared a tiny little bit for today. Not an awful lot, honestly. But I did go to Game FAQs to look up some move lists and stuff for this game, and holy shit, like, man, can people just fucking write proper guides? There's like 3 FAQs here, and all of them, like, have 3 pages of lore between every character and moveset. One of them is like comes up with its own convoluted notation to like describe every property of every move, and makes it completely unreadable. It's the worst. But hopefully we got enough to do some special moves at least. Let's get my original hardware arcade machine booted up here. I guess I'm not sure. Let's do this. Window, please. All right. Let's pause. Also, I guess you guys probably want to see what we're playing. That might be cool. Boom. There we go. Just make sure we don't have any weird filters or anything on. That's probably good. Oh, we got some audio. However, first, let's setting up the soft dip here. Oh yeah, let's setting up the soft controls. Wait, wrong emulator. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're joystick 2 now, apparently. I guess I did have this perfectly set up, just I have a different controller hooked up, so now we're joypad 2. Well, whatever. It's fine. Ancient game FAQs are wonderful. I'm not even sure it's like... I'm not sure it's like primarily an old guides thing too, but yeah, it's funny like when you go to like I do, you know, I buy these obscure weird PlayStation games and Super Famicom games and stuff, and you look up guides for, you know, it might be a PS2 game, it might be a PC game from the mid 90s or whatever, and so many of these guides you find are like they're essentially let's plays. They're like extended narrations of what playing the game through is like. It's like there's no actual strategy advice. There's no like tips for anything. It's like when you come into this room, there'll be 4 guys. Just whip their guys' ass and go to the next room. And here there's 2 more guys. Just destroy them and take the second door on the left. Now there's 5 guys. I don't have a good advice for this room. Just punch really hard and you'll be able to move on. And it's, you know, it's just that for like 6 pages. And yeah, you get like fighting game guides with fucking ASCII art joysticks. So like 4 special moves for a dude takes up like 1 page, and oh, it's kind of the worst. Okay, so like the one thing I remember of this game is that the final boss in particular being like a complete shit show. Like full on embracing SNK boss syndrome here. So we did get through the Neo Geo Double Dragon game eventually. I mean, it took like an hour, but it was fine. I do, however, think that this game's going to be a lot more difficult. So I'm not going to feel bad at all about dropping this down to level 2. 1 is the lowest, 8's the highest. Let's go level 2 and hope that it's going to be alright. Alright. Country others. I have no idea what this actually changes, but that's fine. Yeah, like actual the conception of let's plays as a thing was forum posts, yeah. But what I'm talking about is like proto let's plays, I guess. Stuff that's like ostensibly a guide, but doesn't actually tell you anything. It's also fun, like you look up a guide for a fighting game, and it's like, here are all the special moves I've found. I'll update this when I get to rent this game again. Which, I mean, that's makes sense, but it's funny when you go back 20 years later and it's just like was never finished. They're coming back. And fighting. All the classic characters. There we go. So, Noise Factory were involved in this and did the music, I guess, and maybe some code development. Like I said, I'm not sure. DJRD. What's up? Thank you for that, host. Always enjoyable to get some jaxophone going. Yeah, so you can find on the internet, and in fact, actually, one of the pictures I've got here, not this one. This is the actual AES box. This right here. Actually, let me show you that proper, because that is artwork drawn by the Mexican dudes. Oh, that's not the right folder. Hang on. And you can kind of see. I mean, obviously, it's a tiny little thumbnail there. You wouldn't be able to tell, but you can see that like the art style is a little different. Like they created all the character designs and stuff, and like the Japanese staff, the artists, sort of polished everything, made it look sick. But I mean, as far as the designs and everything go, it's all Mexican anime basically. Let's see. There we go. So if you compare this artwork to like the art that's in the actual game, like this is a lot more. I don't want to say like amateurish, but like it's like this is by the original dudes. It's all the same designs. Like a lot of it, like it's not that different, but it's not quite as refined, and you probably wouldn't quite mistake this for like Japanese art. Certainly not from like professional Japanese art, I guess. There we go. So it's just like very tiny, but this is like the, yeah, like I said, the Neo Geo AES box, and here we have, I guess, the Brezza Soft logo, further complicating and confusing the actual development lineage of this game. But yeah, the actual art in the game, like, really terrific. And of course, the Noise Factory sort of style, like the Neo Geo platform was really awesome in that it was kind of infinitely expandable. Like the original like tagline for the Neo Geo was the 100 Mega Shock, basically bragging that games on the Neo Geo could be up to 100 megabits, which was obviously gigantic compared to console games, you know, at the time, which would have been like 8 to 16 maybe. I think Super Street Fighter 2 is like the largest Mega Drive game, and it was 40 megabits. But they pretty quickly exceeded that, and by this point, like in the late Neo Geo era, games would be like in the 700s or whatever, which was a cool thing about the hardware. So what that also enabled them to do, I suppose, is essentially put like full-on compressed like MP3 songs, basically. So like the music in these late era games, this game, Metal Slug 4 and 5, Metro Melee, like they don't use like traditional sort of chip music or whatever you would call it. Like it's basically just playing a sampled video game track, or music track. So that's why the music in this game like sounds, I mean, it sounds kind of compressed. It's not like CD audio crystal clear, but it doesn't sound like chip music, and it's pretty cool. And like I said, that was kind of Noise Factory's trademark. They let me move this here so I can actually see it. Oops, sorry about that. All right, that was. And in Metro Melee, of course, there's even like vocal tracks and stuff, which is pretty awesome. There are more characters than Billy and Jimmy that are related to Double Dragon, but yeah, obviously a lot of original characters do not steal. It's got a cool vibe to it, though, for sure. Well, I hope you guys are ready. We're gonna actually play some games here. We're gonna try to anyway. So we got 4 buttons, kind of KOF style, weak punches and kicks. AB to dodge and roll, kind of similar to KOF. This is kind of a unique thing. CD, you get to do a little dial combo. And you can tag, because this is a tag game. You can like sacrifice one character to give the health to the other one. So yeah, I think some of the animation is not super great, but the pixel art is otherwise nice, and I like the character designs. All right, let's go with the Milk Toast Vanilla team here. I didn't quite need to put them in black. I just pushed random buttons to get cool colors, but that's fine. Hey, we got a little stage intro. Sick. So yeah, we got William and James Lewis, and not Lee. who are not on a team together, because they're like different characters. Yeah, that's kind of weird. All right. Oh yeah, the walls are pretty unique here. Oh yeah, what's his moves actually? Try to do a jump kick. Like down and kick, he does this weird floaty thing. What's a super TCP half circle forward? Got him. Alright, let's tag. Oh, you do a little attack there. Cool. Oh, I didn't accident pull. Dodge. Oh, there's a CD. Guard cancel CD, I guess. I did not go Billy Jimmy because in this game you get certain, not bonuses exactly, but certain things only work if you play a proper tag team. And Billy and Jimmy are not tag partners. Alright, so that's I guess you can't combo into the CD. Nope, okay, I thought that was supposed to be attack super. Fuck that up. Combo from the something. Oh, shit. I didn't... I was unsure where the button prompt was going to show up. Oh, okay, that doesn't... Alright, the guard cancel doesn't trigger the dial combo thing. You can combo off that too, I believe. You could do a follow-up to that, but I haven't practiced it. I've only read about it in the guide, so... Oh yeah, I guess everyone has like a predetermined like chain combo. Alright, let's see if we can win the first match on the second to easiest difficulty here. Alright. We were lucky that comboed. Simple the best. I should have probably looked at Lynn's moves too. Alright, we got them both on screen. Alright, we got an E rank. That's fine. We survived. I would say as far as the character designs, I like most of them. I think Cassandra's really cool. Oni's cool too. Oh shit. Oh, this is going great. Wait, what are our moves? Forward, A, air, back, C. Whoa. Oh, I just got a fucking taco. Nice. Oh my god. Okay. Nice. Getting destroyed here, but can I combo into the tag or the this thing? Yeah, I can, I guess. The throw ranges, though. What is this? The 90s? Oh, that was definitely an overhead. Ah, shit, I tried to do the team super. A match out of throw? Sure can. Oh, shit, I tried to do the super. Oh, that didn't juggle. What's that motion? Right. We're alive. I think a lot of the characters are cool looking. It's just like a little unclear kind of what the overall aesthetic is, I guess. Can I? Nice! Okay, nice. Chipped her out. getting by with the skin of our teeth there.
Simple the best.
Simple the best. So Lynn's got the half circle back punch, like the palm strike thing. She's got quarter circle, forward kick, down up kick. They both have the same special motions. That's good to know. Always fun executing combos weird. Yeah, the game, like, it doesn't feel bad, but it has kind of a peculiar feel to it. Like, it has, like, super broken combos, and we might get to see some of that in video form. But it's not, like, super, like, smooth and like, intuitive like that. Oh, yeah, that's the walls, by the way. I guess that's Billy's car. That's such a weird move. Yeah, if you like launch them into the wall, you can like juggle. Nice charge for myself. Alright, I was supposed to hit a move in between there. There we go. Juggle's kind of strange, yeah. Like, I guess you expect it to feel more like something else, I guess, but it's got its own kind of feel to it. It's hard to explain. It doesn't feel bad, but it could be a little simpler, I guess. What's the other move? Shoryuken with punch. Oh, that's that one? Yeah, kick. Probably not that move. So you're supposed to be able to do a follow-up by doing the same. So you do quarter circle forward and then the tag buttons to do that move. And and you can follow that up by spending a second bar. I'm still the best in this bussiness. But if you play with the proper team, you get like a unique follow-up. We'll see if we ever get to actually trigger that, but that's fine. I think that car we saw is a fake Road Blaster's car. Oh, you press like down and kick in the air to do that, and it's so awkward. Like combo. I know you can do more after that CD combo. I guess I don't know exactly how it works though. Oh yeah, so this stage doesn't have the walls, I guess. Oh, that's a move. Trying to combo into this. Can't get it to work. Oh, CC, right. I keep getting mixed up on which button is which. I'm not sure if I'm getting better or if the game's getting easier, but we're doing alright here. Not the best song, but it's kind of cool to hear audio like this. Of course, we get the Noise Factory promo. And damage is not super high in this, is it? Good level 2. That looks a little weird. I win again? Can I keep your kidding? Hey, we got a C. I mean, damage is low, but you can do, like, absurd damage combos, so I guess it's probably a good thing. But it feels weird to do a super. It does like 10%, if that. All right, we got
Next roll.
Jones and what's the other guy's name? Kang. This guy's a little jokey for my taste, but he's otherwise kind of cool. Oh, that didn't combo. I guess you do like down forward kick or something. Excuse me. It's not like a motion. Just down forward, down back, or whatever. You do that weird flying kick. Oh. Punish. Oh, okay. I still don't understand the timing for doing the follow-up. I think you're supposed to like cancel the last hit or something. Is what the guide said. Is this like fake burn off? Maybe. Oop. Dark cancel. Oop. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. I pressed the button. It's like Gato super. Oh, shit. I think I just did a super, yeah. Oh, that's not good. Wasn't that cool, though, was it? I'm not sure how air blocking works in this. Dude, I just want to do my super. Okay, we didn't get it. That works anyway. A slight life lead here. It feels weird to have like the mid-match KO announcements in a tag game. I don't mind it, but it definitely feels a bit weird. I skip him out. I kind of just heard the music. Like, oh yeah, there's cool music here. We're somehow scraping by here. If you lose weight, maybe you will be a good opponent. Harsh words. Here we go. It's business time.
Hey, this is a Bubo's territory. If you want to pass, fight a Bubo first.
That's right. We don't have a Bobo or Ababo. We got a Bubo. Completely original. It is kind of funny to imagine this being actual Abobo. I don't know why he's green. Maybe it's Jick. Maybe it's because I didn't use the original colors. The CPU also doesn't. We're getting kind of destroyed. Oh yeah, getting CD countered into the wall is not a good time. Okay, I can just cancel that. Can you combo off that? I don't know. I guess he's pretty cheap, probably. Kind of seems that way, doesn't it? Oh, okay, he's got a super grab, I guess. Looks like you can combo into that, though. It's not super easy to do, but... Yeah, I fucked that up. Oh, not a huge punish, though. Crouching shorts seems to be alright, though. Oops, tried to do a quarter circle that accidentally jumped. That's fine. Fuck, I tried to do my super. It's hard to do from this direction. Iframes, hell yeah. Got him. Still not enough. Ah. Should have known. Just mashed crouching light kick. It worked. have no idea who these characters in the back are. They look kind of cool. The backgrounds are nice, actually. Pure strength is not enough. You also need a strong spirit. 0 bonus points. And hey, who's that on the right? It's Linda. That's right. She's in this game too. And she's got a pretty cool design. Very different, but I like her design. It's just used. The Black Dragon must be in Dark Island. Can you beat him? Oh, go now. Yeah, I wish she was a character, like a playable character. She's really cool. Oh yeah, so we're not done yet, of course. That's just the mid. I was gonna say, if this is the boss, that's like real quick here. So there's Jimmy and Sonia. Alright, we got walls here, better be careful. Oh, wait. Did I do an actual short jump? I thought that was the thing. Oh no! Oh, of course I get hit by the fucking wall. Well, nothing too bad should come of it. Fuck it! I always do that by mistake. I should have done the CD. Ah, shit. I guess you don't get the combo off it if it breaks. Forget the EACDD. Yeah, I guess everyone is wearing different color palettes. Oh, okay. Not that great. Oh, dude! Plus off of that. Oh, nice, that actually hit. Well, not that, but that's fine. I am John Goat to do the team up super. Yeah, I've tried to do it like every match, but I don't know the timing. Like for the proper team duplex or whatever it's called. That was a throw? Sure. Stringing together, like chaining lights seems really easy. Maybe we get to see them do it. Nope. Oh yeah, if you have to roll into the thing. Sure, take that. That projectile seems hella slow, actually. Good taunt in this, by the way. Got the Noise Factory logo on the movie screen there, by the way. Oh yeah, so you can string together shit like that. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. We'll see. Maybe we can still salvage this. Got 3 super meters. Fuck that up. That should be it. There we go. Yeah, so Billy and Jimmy obviously are not really neither head swaps or move swaps or palette swaps or anything. They're like completely different characters, which is pretty cool. I like both of their designs, and I like that they look different. I would say that it's bullshit that Billy is blonde, but technically this isn't Double Dragon, so I'll allow it. Weak must be eliminated. The power I receive desires destruction. So here's our Mr. Boss guy. And I want to say that this dude has like some pretty atrocious input reading AI. I mean, Abubo did as well, but he was, I guess, susceptible to mashing crouching lights. So Abubo did talk about the Black Shadow or Black Dragon or whatever, so I guess that's the Black Warriors analog here. Alright, he's got some boss-ass moves, that's for sure. And damage. Oh, not a projectile, good to know. Chip a little bit at least. That seems safe. That's good. Oh yeah, I remember this. The 40,000 frame of animation command grab. Alright. And yeah, his damage... Oh, dude. Okay, iframes on CD counters. Noted. Ooh, that's invincible? He's not very fun to fight though, is he? Roll through that shit and try to punish it. Well, I guess he can command grab you out of his roll, out of your rolls. He looks like his costume and his posture and everything looks alright, but yeah, his face looks kind of stupid. How do I do moves? Yeah, it's like you gotta preemptively roll to get through anything he does. But if he doesn't do anything, he'll just command grab you and combo. And like his moves do like normal fighting game damage, and he takes way less damage. Like he's such a shit boss, honestly. So this is kind of what I was expecting. I guess I could pick other characters because it's not like I learned much with these guys. Probably like simpler stuff, or like something I can do. He seems kind of susceptible to, well, not that, but I wanted to tag through a move like I did before, but I'm already like hella hurt here. Of course, you can't even punish with a throw. I don't think that hurts so much. Gets a little bit of chip damage, best I can hope for. Yeah, I don't like comboing into sweep. Yeah, that move seems good, I guess. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, I don't. Yeah, I knew that. He hit a lot later than I thought he would, but. Actually doing some decent damage here. Dead. Oh boy. I'm doing still way more damage than I thought I'd be able to. Can I like... Alright, I was wondering whether the CD cancels actually hurt you, and I guess that answers that. Although I'm not sure if I... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not sure if I blocked that. Or I think I could have blocked that, because I like pressed the... I pressed the button, I think. But definitely the crouching light kicks. Occasionally I seem to be able to cancel it into a sweep. That seems to be like the thing that's been able to hit most reliably. Do I just... Is that it? Do I just wait for him to walk into my crouching sweeps? Do I not bother with the sweep? Just do the lights? That does a chunk of damage, actually. Hitting that heavy kick just builds me a lot of meter. Oh, the range on that too. It's Of course, he's got iframes on his projectile. Why wouldn't he? Of course. Throw. Oh, try to tag, but it wouldn't come out. Yeah, like he's... It's just a stupid fight. Oh, of course, that is... Like the super, like his super seems to be one of his worst moves, honestly. Just like slow. Better not try to punish with a heavy because he'll just get a throw. I'm always surprised that he doesn't like joggle off of that. Well, we had like one good attempt. Did they play? I mean, it's not like a mistake that it's like this. I mean, it's an arcade fighting game boss. I think he is above average in annoyingness level, sure. Don't you at least get? I mean, it's not too far off from, you know, lovable Ignis in KOF 2001 or, you know. Oh, of course. I wanted to be able to recover some life, but of course I lost more life doing that. I don't seem to be able to... Like with Billy, I have much easier time letting him, like, do that. But it doesn't, you know... I need to have it work a couple of times. Like, you know, even when it works well, relatively speaking, yeah, you see, I need to be able to do that like 4 times before he hits me once for the trade-off to be worth it, for me to come out on top. I pressed the kick, but it didn't take. And I don't know, maybe there's some... That's not what I tried to do, but fine. I'm trying to do the fucking super. Of course, he's got like 0 recover frames on fucking everything. Ugh. See, like, I'm not sure this fight would have been much different on a higher difficulty level, but it would have taken us longer to get here.
Already dead.
I mean, he's not wrong, is he? I must be able to, like, cancel... Is that the strat? Yeah, it's like safe even if I drop the combo. Alright. Oh, I tried to cancel into the team super, not that. Ah, what the fuck? Still didn't get the team super thing. Try to cancel it just super bad. I should have done that. Block. I tagged, but I didn't get the tag. Oh boy. I wonder if there's a way to like have him whip something and punish with the CD move or something. I fucked up the buttons. Okay. I'm not. I don't know. I'm a little scared to just do that, but I don't think we can really like get through roll. I mean, I feel like any move he does, he doesn't have moves that leave him open. Like his recovery is faster than your roll, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Rolling. I don't think I've ever gotten like an actual punish off a roll. But yeah, the crouching light kick into the Rekka fireball thing definitely. Yeah, okay, he's got the life lead already. Yeah, even before that move hit, he had the life lead. Oh, super actually hit. Nice, that great start to this match. It's not giving me a lot of opportunity to like figure out whether I can cancel into anything from her crouching light kick. I mean, anything that helps anyway. The fireball isn't really going to do much, I don't think. Okay, so that's the follow-up to that. But it's, yeah, that's a short, like Dragon Punch motion move, which is... Dude, why did I not get the tank super? He CD countered my CD counter. Do I build up meter to do that one pixel damage? See, that doesn't even reach me over here. Wow, okay, he actually didn't punish that. That's kind of a first. Of course, you can't actually hit him when he has meter. Because he'll punish you and deal damage. It's like putting Alpha 1 Alpha counters all over again. And his moves are such range that I can't really do it on him. Dude, that was a roll! What's with the inputs in this game? It's like... It seems like it's super strict on simultaneous button presses. I can't explain why I'm struggling so much with the tag super, though. Like it's a quarter circle and the tag buttons, and I get the normal tag. I guess I'm screwing up the quarter circle part. Ah, what did I try to punch that? Do I like go in when he doesn't have meter so I can... Oh, he actually did a combo off that. Better trade than usual, I guess. Okay. Dude, I'm trying to do the team super every time I do that, by the way. He was in hit stun, so I figured that better combo. I was gonna say, I don't want to be on this side because I have a lot easier time matching out a super on the player 2 side. I'm having surprising success with mashing out tag in neutral. Well, at least I'm over here. Can I lane this out? Well, not if I don't have the life lead. Ah, fuck. Oh, what happened to the timer? Did the timer just stop? Do I have the life lead still? It's hard to tell. I probably don't. Oh, I matched crouching lights. I was like, do I match throw? Nah, because he'll just tech my throw. So I figured I'd match lights, but I should probably have jumped. Because he definitely... He's not as, like... His anti-air game isn't really on point compared to his, like, general footsies, I feel like. See? Like, sure, that's not a great trait, but he's... Let me hit him. Ooh, you don't want to whip that fucking sweep. Yeah, like, doing meaty jump kicks and stuff, like, he doesn't have, like, great... Oh, I pushed the button. Alright, this is not a great attempt. But yeah, like, you can kind of... Ooh, that's a thing you can do, apparently. That's a bad jump. Late jump. Ooh. But yeah, you can see, like, that super doesn't hit you as like you'd expect, basically. Ah! He knocks you away so far, too. That's obnoxious. Try to do super, I'm dead. Yeah. Ah, I should have just tagged there. Obviously, you can't do that when you have one character. The tag, like, just a random neutral tag seems surprisingly effective. And that move also, I've had some success with that too, sneaking under and through stuff. That was actually supposed to be super, I just fucked up the input. I think I gotta be more... go a little more nuts with tagging, because I've actually rarely had that be punished or just like not work out that I can think of, anyway.
Okay, let's go.
Ah!
It's up to you.
Of course, it doesn't work out immediately after I say that. Why don't I just fucking jump over that shit? Alright, let's get Billy some life back. But yeah, he's got iframe on his fireball. And on that, I guess. Hey, what's up, Cody? Dealing with the highly bullshit boss here. Oh, that's not good. Oh! Of course. Okay. Oh, he can do that when I tag, I guess, but it seemed to happen a lot. Tried to do my super, but at least he didn't hit me with his. Dude, why is the tag super fucking impossible to do? Oh. We've had like 2 or 3 attempts where we got him to like 10% health or less. At which point it's like, there's, you know, it's doable. It's within my grasp somewhat, but it's, yeah, I mean, it's definitely luck is a factor. At least as far as I'm, like, my ability to kind of read his patterns. Also, my execution is hella not on point here. Look at the damage on that. Maybe I stick out the heavy kick. I mean, I'm getting a lot of meter for it. I have had it punished before, but... It's not what I meant to do, but fine. Ooh, that's nice. Well, he spent a bunch of bar on that, so fine trade-off. Ah, I tried to stick out the light kick there. Oh, that actually did chip him. Ah, try to do the fucking uppercut. Like, it feels like it's going okay until you realize that it's not. Like, you need 50,000 openings to deal any damage. Time. Although, I mean, I did kind of... Yeah, recovery frames, what's that? Oh no, I don't want to lose build. Shit, that was bad. Oh, okay. 82. So I guess life doesn't even count percentage. He just has a lot of health. Because we had like 20, well, 19 or 20 like together. And he did not have, I don't know. It seems like he has more life points. So maybe winning by... my decision is maybe harder than it looks. Jump. No, that's fucking inputs. Yeah, I probably don't want to get into a projectile battle with this guy. Terrible. Wow, okay, that was my usual counter, but it worked. He just takes no damage. His fucking guard cancels are so annoying. I'm fucked up there. I should have taken more damage. Dude, I tried to do a reversal super. Would have just blocked it, I guess, anyway. Inputs are weirdly strict in this game. I'm struggling a lot with getting moves to come out. I mean, as far as the difficulty goes, I guess I don't know how much he actually changes per difficulty level. I imagine that there's a lot less difference with this character. than your average opponents. I mean, it's kind of different from game to game, of course, how that works, but we just need one very lucky attempt, and we might have this.
Okay, let's go.
It would be better if I had more consistency, but look at the meter gain, by the way. He just builds meter. I didn't even notice that. Dude, okay, sure, meaty. That's a punish. Nice, okay, cool. Punish. Like, jumping is, I feel. Toss him up. Like, that seems bad, but I don't think it's like particularly damaging compared to other things you can do. I mean, everything is hella damaging, but you know. Yeah, that's. Hit that on max range. Fucking iframes on the fireball. That is some bullshit. Of course, the command grabs you out of your roll. That's not even remotely the motion I did. I was mashing out quarter circle forward, B and C, and I got QCB, HCF, D. Maybe that's a move I can cancel in here. Not that move. I wanted to see if I can do the crouching light kick into that forward flying kick. I'm just trying to figure out his moves here. Bro, I mean, early on, we figured, like, I tried the letting him walk into you and doing the light kicks. I tried to cancel the light kicks into sweeps, which I think is a link that works, because I'm pretty sure I commented at some point. But it's a little unreliable, and whiffing that sweep isn't great. So then I tried doing this instead, which, you know, also doesn't work great necessarily. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's fun to just eat. That's another thing, you know, if he just determines that he's not interested in walking up and letting you hit him. Interesting cancel. Then yeah, you can't really do that strat. Okay, that was another tag super. Like, why? I've done the tag super like twice in the entire game. I'm not sure why that input in particular is so finicky. I did fucking no damage. Like that, he builds meter so impossibly fast that you have to not just deal more damage than him, but like you have to get him to waste meter on that shit without hurting you. Because even if the only hits you get hit by basically, technically, are his CD cancels, that's like still enough for your occasional stray hits to like not add up. Like landing stray hits and blocking everything he does, like he comes out on top basically. His super punch, I mean the anti-air thing, or that move. I mean he finishes the move and then his super meter just gets 20% after doing the move. I mean no matter how you slice it, like he builds more meter than you do. But I mean, if it's, I'll try to pay attention. But if he needs meter to do that, I guess that means. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at his meter. Yeah, he's got a super. Look at my meter. Alright, that clearly doesn't require super. Oh, you mean that, like, or... Oh. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll take it. Yeah, that's like the best case scenario. Him doing the CD cancel and you're just like blocking it. But... I actually did it. I mean, it's useless, but I just hold it off. It's just demoralizing getting hit by that. The button. Oh boy. That would have butters. CD cancel? Well, let's punish that instead in here. Maybe I could roll. I mean, I guess that super's probably not punishable. Like, he probably doesn't have a hurt box when he's doing that move, if I had to guess. Yeah, but I'm like experiment because I haven't tried to move away or avoid that super. I'm just trying to figure out like where are there avenues to attack, basically. I mean, I mean, having the knowledge is one thing, having the execution is another, and I certainly am lacking in both departments, which is why I feel like it's coming down to luck in a big way. That's definitely okay. That's probably a good idea. It's up to you. Can you please stop doing that? Why am is my A button not working? Oh, that's like a guard press too. That's not good, but fine. I'm not sure if that did like any damage, but hit. Ah, I should have tagged. A bunch of life for that now. Just eat that. I guess if I have 3 bar, I was gonna say maybe I'll just do my CD move, but like it doesn't help because he pokes at a range where I can't punish it with a CD counter or a cancel. Dude, I tried to do the super. Dude, my fucking super! Oh! Why is it so goddamn hard to do supers? Oh. And even like quarter circle moves are like weirdly difficult to get to come out. The input reading in this game, or this boss in particular, it's like when I can do the just stick out my crouching light kick and hit him because he's like walking up for a throw or whatever. Yeah, that's fine, but he's not giving that to me as often as I would like. And when he's not giving that to me, I definitely struggle. But I still think I could be more patient and go for tagging more often. Just let Billy get a little more life back. Tag him in. Hold off a little bit, let Billy get some life back. I feel like that's honestly the strat. And it's not always going to work, but it's not like any other strat I have. It's any more consistent. Try to cancel it to the super, but fucked up. Nice, that actually did work. Could probably have blocked that. All right, let's see how this works out there. We got it. Okay. Yeah, so his points do count for like double. So he has like double life bar, but we got there. That worked out. Oh, I'm like exhausted. What happened? Black Dragon? It's gone, Lynn. Don't worry about it. Stay calm. I'll take care of you. But shh. Stay calm. That's kind of a weird translation, but yeah, the English in this game is, you know, it's a little questionable here and there. 2 days later. Are you serious? Please, Billy, don't go. I need your help. Lynn, you should be resting. Now it's all over. No, it's not. Who'll take care of Grandpa's dojo? Who'll take care of the seals? I'm pretty sure that you will make a wonderful job, Lynn. You think that? Thank you. Judy, you're still the same. Goodbye, Billy.
Well done.
Sorry, Lynn, but I have some unfinished business with my brother. 3 Black Geeks, what's up? Thanks for the follow. And I feel that this is not over yet. The Black Dragon was only the beginning. Wow, you saw that car? An impressive 1977 with 220 horsepower and turbo engine. What a nerd. Is that your boyfriend, Sensei? Kids, let's go inside. Dude, I'm pretty blown away by the amount of artwork. For a game like this, we'd expect like 2, maybe 3 images, but that was like a half dozen unique artworks. Oh, we got a sick vocal track for the credits. Yeah, we got some quality pseudonyms here. Yeah, Mr. Vo is one of the Evolga guys, right? Yeah, like it's pretty polished. Like I think the like I said, I think the animation is probably artistically the weakest part. Not that it's terrible, but I think a lot of the poses, like the key poses for the characters, are kind of weak relative to the level of polish in like the individual sprites, like how the pixel art technique is not the greatest I've ever seen, but there's like nothing to complain about. It's very well done. It's nicely polished, but the way the characters move and animate is all right, but not to that level. I think the backgrounds look pretty great. The art, like the illustrations. Oh yeah, Studio Aqua, right? Is the music team. The illustrations, I think, are awesome. The character designs are pretty great, I think, for the most part. They're like, there's something about them that's... How do I put it? They're good, but they're not exceptional. Like, some of them have just a slightly... I'm not sure if I want to call it a generic feel to them, but it's... They're kind of missing just some tiny bit of special sauce. And that might be... I think the animation might be... Like, if the animation was better, if the characters were more expressive through how they moved, I think that could have helped push it over the top. Like I said, I don't dislike the art, and I don't think the animation is bad. But it's... There's something about this that I feel is like not... It's not like top tier. But like these illustrations, those are definitely like zero issues. Nothing to complain about. But yeah, really cool game. Not the most honorable way to beat a game, but sometimes it's the only way. I mean, honors for scrubs. Winning is winning. I don't care. It's not like the game is being any more honorable. Yeah, I would definitely not go so far as to say the animation is bad, but I think the animation is weaker than like every other aspect of the art, basically. Yeah, we didn't get to see Pupa and Pepe. At least we don't fight every team. And oh yeah, Allison Elias was the first match. I mean, obviously the art, the quality of the art helps, or you know, the designs. Like looking at the Mexican illustrations and like the polished Japanese illustrations, like it's definitely a big difference in sort of presentation quality. But even so, but I think also it's not just the animation. I think it's like, because the characters are like decently expressive here and there, but sort of how the anatomy and just the like kind of silhouettes of the characters, there's something about them. Like here, it looks great, but in the game, it doesn't necessarily quite come across as polished. Like, I think one of the greatest things about the new sprites that SNK made for KOF 12 and 13 is that every character has such a distinct silhouette and body type. And I think KOF in particular, even as great as many of the games look, because the character designs and the visual style of KOF, like in older games, is going in a slightly more kind of realistic direction, a lot of the characters end up with quite similar body types. Like if you look at Terry and Kyo and Ryo and Ralph and Takuma, or you know, they're not drastically different. They're kind of roughly the same height, roughly the same build. They're not that different. But in KOF 12 and 13, they really pushed that super far. Where, like I know a lot of people thought it was, you know, they didn't like Ralph and Clark, or even said that like, oh, Terry looks too buff or whatever. But I think what they really did, like I don't love how every character was drawn in those games. Like I don't like that almost all the female characters kind of look like twigs. But I appreciate the kind of diversity that it creates. I think it makes sense that comparing Kyo and Terry and Ralph, that the three of them shouldn't have the same build. I mean, I guess it makes sense in a way that the female characters, like, there isn't really the way they were drawn in the older games. There wasn't necessarily any one female character who you would expect to be drawn in a super buff way, or like in a really different. Like, they were probably less diverse than the male characters even in the old games. But even so, like the fact that like King and Yuri, I'm not in love with how they're drawn in that sense, but they still stand out in huge contrast to most of the other characters, and I think that creates such an interesting visual package, like, altogether. And I think this game is lacking some of that. The characters aren't all identical, obviously, but Kang and Jones are, like, they stand out as having more kind of extreme silhouettes and shapes to them. But even they are, like, I feel kind of reined in compared to what they could be. And I think there's something about the kind of pixel art style that gives a similar impression. I mean, not that it's related in any way, but I feel like the way the sprites are drawn in this game, for me, when I look at it, I see kind of a generic, like, Mugen forum fan art vibe to it. And that sounds very dismissive. I don't mean that necessarily in as an indictment of their quality, but to me, it's like it's specifically in, like, the shading and the anti-aliasing and the outlines and some of those techniques. It's quite reminiscent of the Capcom vs SNK sprites, but they're not quite, and they're not quite as polished technique-wise. And I think the animation is a lot less sophisticated too. But when I see that style, it has a kind of a lack of personality to it. There's not a strong, like, identity to the way it's drawn, I feel. And it's not, I don't think that's a huge problem. I don't think they look bad, but, like, taking into account, like, the lack of more sort of extreme stylization of the silhouettes and anatomy, the lack of more, like, distinctive pixel technique and, like, drawing technique and shading, etc., and the similar kind of lack of expressiveness in animation. And it sounds harsh when I say it like that, but I think it could be pushed a lot further. I think even the way the game sort of flows, the kind of physics and movement of the game play into that a little bit too, because you have these, like, launching air combos and stuff, and even they kind of move in a more stiff way compared to something like Marvel vs. Capcom. So I think there's a lot of tiny aspects like that sort of dotted around the entire presentation and flow of the game that gives it a slightly less... I mean, if you compare even to the Technos Neo Geo Double Dragon, not really saying so much about the pixel technique or the animation, but just the way that game moves and flows gives it a kind of more dynamic feel than this game, I think. Starman, what's up? Yeah, this game is not officially a Double Dragon game, but it was originally conceived as one. As far as Butter's assertion of where this takes place in the timeline, that's you're on thin ice there, I think. Because it's not like any Double Dragon games, except maybe 1 and 2, and sort of kind of some versions of 3 maybe, really adhere to any kind of continuity. But it may have been... it's like, if someone were to make a game like this and proclaim that this takes place after Double Dragon 3, even the meaning of that statement, I think, is like ambiguous in a sense that it could mean any number of things. But given that it's also not actually Double Dragon, it opens up some questions for, like, how certain things in the story might have been different if it had been. It's post Double Dragon 2 because Marion is dead. Well, she's only dead in some versions of Double Dragon 2. In some versions, she's alive after Double Dragon 2. And then she's mentioned in other games. So, like, I think it's impossible. Like, there isn't... You can maybe... I mean, you can if you were to create a new Double Dragon game and tell some kind of story, you can possibly place a game adjacent to 1 or 2 other games. But Double Dragon doesn't have a timeline so much as a time web, if that. But yeah, I mean, not to dismiss what you're saying, or that there is a plot, because there's a bunch of lore to this game, none of which really appears in the game. Well, some of the endings, I guess. Yeah, but my point isn't to say that you're wrong. I'm just saying that even if they establish as a story point that Marion is dead, that a character named Marion has previously existed and she's not around anymore, that puts like the arcade version of Double Dragon 2 as a reference point. But there's like 50 other games that it is not consistent with, to the point where I think my only critique to what you're saying is, I think trying to place it on a timeline, much less a definitive timeline, is kind of impossible. But as far as having references to the world and events of the Double Dragon games beyond having 2 characters named Billy and Jimmy, yeah, I mean, that's cool. That makes sense that there's some kind of connection there. I think personally, I mean, I think Lynn and Sonia are both cool characters. I feel like they could have had a character named Marion in the game anyway, but that's whatever. The question was raised, what's next? On the one hand, I kind of want to mess around more with this game because it's cool, but it's also... I don't want to fight Johan at all. I want to see... I think I have some like combo videos and stuff. Or at least one super long one. It probably has a bunch of licensed music and shit in it, because it's like a Chinese combo video from, I don't know, ages ago. Let me see here. I got this video. It's like 17 minutes long. 18 minutes, I guess. And that's, maybe there's 4 minutes of intro. That's usually a thing. So let's do this. I need to go on a brief break anyway. I need to go to the bathroom and stretch my legs and whatnot. So we're not going to go like on a full-on intermission, but I might as well hop on over to that scene. Actually, let me just take a quick look. I'm going to... let's quit out of this.